You probably know what a GTI is. You've definitely seen a Toyota Hilux GD6. And if you're into German cars, you've probably heard of TSI, TDI, AMG, and BMW's CS models. But here's the question. Do you actually know what any of those letters stand for? Today, we're finding out the meaning behind 10 of the most popular car abbreviations on South African roads. Let's get into it. First up, the GTI, the Volkswagen Golf. GTI is one of the most iconic hot hatches ever made. But GTI actually stands for Grand Touring Injection. Back when fuel injection technology was still relatively new, Volkswagen used the GTI badge to show this wasn't just a normal Golf. It was faster, more advanced, and more performance focused. Today, the name has become so iconic that most people simply know it as a GTI. Now staying with Volkswagen, let's talk about TSI. You'll find this badge on plenty of Polos and Golfs across South Africa. TSI stands for Turbocharged Stratified Injection. In simple terms, Volkswagen combined a turbocharger with advanced fuel injection technology to get more power out of a smaller engine while keeping fuel consumption low. That's why a small 1.0 or 1.4 TS I can feel surprisingly quick. But if TSI is for petrol engines, then what about TDI? TDI stands for Turbocharged Direct Injection. Unlike TSI, TDI engines run on diesel. These engines became famous for their excellent fuel economy, strong torque, and reliability on long journeys. That's one of the reasons diesel Volkswagens became so popular around the world. Now let's talk about one of South Africa's most recognizable badges, the Toyota Hilux GD6. If you live in South Africa, you've probably heard somebody call a Hilux a GD6. But here's the interesting part. Toyota has never officially confirmed exactly what GD6 stands for. The GD refers to Toyota's diesel engine family, while the 6 is generally believed to relate to the engine generation or specification. What makes this badge special is that it became so popular that many people know the vehicle as a GD6 before they even call it a Hilux. Next up, one of the most famous names in Japanese performance cars, VTEC. If you've ever been around Honda fans, you've definitely heard someone talk about VTEC. It stands for Variable Valve Timing and Lift Electronic Control. Basically, Honda designed a system that changes how the engine behaves at different RPM ranges. At lower revs, it's efficient, but when the revs climb, the engine becomes much more aggressive and powerful. And that's where the famous phrase VTEC kicked in comes from. Now let's move over to BMW, specifically the M4 CS. CS stands for Competition Sport. Think of it as BMW, taking an already fast car and making it even more focused. More performance, sharper handling, and a more track-oriented driving experience. It's basically BMW's way of saying this isn't your average M car. Speaking of performance, let's talk about Audi's RS badge. RS stands for Rennsport. That's German for racing sport. Whenever you see an RS3, RS4, or RS6, you're looking at one of Audi's highest performance models. The RS badge was created to represent technology and experience gained from motorsport and racing. Now let's move over to Ford, the ST badge. You've probably seen it on the Fiesta ST or Focus ST. ST stands for Sports Technologies. Ford created the ST range to deliver a more exciting driving experience without going all-out race car. The result was some of the most enjoyable hot hatches ever built. Next up is a badge that comes straight from the world of rally racing, WRX. The Subaru WRX stands for World Rally Experimental. The name reflects Subaru's involvement in rally racing and the technology they developed through competition. Over the years, the WRX became one of the most respected performance cars in the world and remains a favorite among enthusiasts today. And finally, one of the most famous performance badges in the world, a MG. Most people assume AMG stands for some kind of performance technology, but it actually comes from 3 names: Aufrecht, Melcher, and Grossaspach. Aufrecht and Melcher were the engineers who founded AMG, while Grossaspach was the hometown of one of the founders. What started as a small engineering company eventually became Mercedes-Benz's official performance division. Today, AMG produces some of the fastest and most powerful road cars on the planet. So, which abbreviation surprised you the most? For me, it's probably AMG. Most people see the badge every day, without realizing it's actually based on real people's names. If you enjoyed the video, then I'll highly recommend this next video right now.